I had a little dream last night.
Did you?
Yeah, it was Jose winning the title. And I thought to myself, it's a long way off that. And so I had a look at the Premier League table this morning. I thought, they're top. What's to stop Tottenham winning the title? And I actually thought through the answers, possible answers to that question. I want to hear from anybody who thinks they can't as to why they can't. Okay, because I've heard people say, oh, yeah, they're going well, but nah, they won't. You know, but there's no real reason, nothing substantial behind it. So for me, what I had to look at was those who might finish ahead of them. Okay, so I had a look at Man City, who've won only 3 of 8. They're 13th, and they're 8 points behind Spurs already. Liverpool are struggling to cope with the schedule. Chelsea, big threat, Chelsea. But who would you back? Here's a serious question for you, Darren Gough. Who would you back in the home straight if it was a straight two-way fight between Chelsea and Spurs? Jose Mourinho or Frank Lampard?
Oh, I tell you. Well, the easy
how can you?
Mourinho. I mean, stay calm.
That's because it's the only answer.
And to stay calm and been there before, of course it's Mourinho. I mean, you can't even put them in the same race aid. But the quality of player at Chelsea is probably an higher standard. And the strength in depth is probably higher at Chelsea. I know Spurs at this moment in time have got some fantastic players. But it'll be interesting to see how they go now without Alderweireld. Looks like he's picked up that injury.
By the way, I don't think he's going to be out long. I think he'll be back for the North London derby.
Do you?
There's a video of him doing a workout today.
No.
And sure, you don't know specifically the details of the injury, and people can do a workout and be out for months.
Exactly, with an hamstring strain, you start with a workout as soon as you can walk. After the icing period's finished, that's what happens. You start getting the strength, because what it is, when you've had a muscle injury like that, it's getting the strength back in it. That's the biggest thing, before you even start running. So you can start doing small squats and stuff like that and getting the strength back in the leg as much as you possibly can. But I think Spurs will have a good run at it this year. I honestly don't think they'll win the title. I hope they do.
Why not?
I hope they do. I just think they'll fall short in areas as the season goes on. I think Chelsea are a threat. I think he knows his best team, doesn't he? But Liverpool just find a way. Their youngsters are very, very good. And I know we're talking on the back of the first hour when Liverpool had a mare last night. They were shocking. I've never seen a quality team that Liverpool have got give the ball away so many times last night. But Spurs, they're getting the results.
They are.
And they're beating big teams. They're beating 2 big teams this season. But that's Mourinho. He knows what he's doing. But over the year, I think they'll slip up at important times. And it won't be down to Mourinho's tactics. It'll be down to lack of quality.
Well, they've conceded, on average, 1 goal a game. There's nobody conceded fewer than them in the Premier League this season, even though they played more games than a number of teams in the Premier League. They are top of the table. They do score goals. They've got arguably the best player right now in Harry Kane, who seems to be taking so much on his shoulders. And what I love about it is he is being asked to do more than he's ever been asked to do before. He's been allowed to do more than he's ever been asked to do before. And when Jose Mourinho came in, I can remember we asked the question on this show, will it be good or bad for Harry Kane? Well, he's been very good for him. For him to make Harry Kane even better, the only thing I can see stopping Spurs winning the title is if Harry Kane doesn't stay fit for the whole season. I think it's absolutely crucial. And I think if you were to put money on it, you might think to yourself, well, Harry Kane's not going to stay fit all season. He just doesn't do that. That, for me, would be very, very harsh to say that. Nobody would wish him injured, surely, unless you're the most hard-boiled Arsenal fan. So, for me, a lot rides on that. If he stays fit, I think they've got every chance. And here's the thing. If they don't win the title this season, with Liverpool and the truncated season we've got, the problems they've got in terms of the scheduling, Chelsea, Frank being so raw in the job and inexperienced, Arsenal's just a joke, Manchester United never going to win the league, and Man City have had a shocking start and can't score goals. What an opportunity for Spurs.
It is a great opportunity, Ed, and I think with Mourinho, he's going to keep his strongest side always for the Premier League matches. And you've seen so far already in the Europa League, he wants to do well in it. He's a born winner. He doesn't want to lose any game, and he was so annoyed, wasn't he, that lost against Antwerp. But
he doesn't always put out his best side.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying to you. So even though he will rest players tonight as well, I don't know what he's going to do tonight whatsoever, but I'm expecting quite a few changes. Obviously, he's going to have a problem there. Alderweireld can't play. Joe Rondon is not even in their squad for Europa League, which he might actually regret that now when he goes back on it. So he will play his fringe players, a lot of the fringe players tonight, because it is all about the Premier League. He's now got a sniff. And this is where, when he gets his head out in front, this is where he's good.
This would be Jose making headlines, making history. I think it's a massive opportunity for Spurs in such an extraordinary season. The circumstances of this season are so extraordinary, and I think Spurs have to take the chance. And if they are going to take the chance, they do have the right man in charge, don't they?